Hello and welcome. Today, we re-answering a curious question. Why does Saudi Arabia import sand from Australia when it has vast deserts filled with sand? It sounds odd at first, doesn't it? After all, Saudi Arabia is known for its endless desert landscapes. So why doesn't the country just use its own sand for construction and industry? Well, there's more to this story than meets the eye. First, let's talk about the kind of sand used in construction. It's not just about having sand, it's about having the right kind. You see, desert sand, like the sand found in Saudi Arabia's Rub al Khali, is very smooth and rounded. While that's great for making beautiful dunes, it's not the best material for strong concrete. Concrete needs sand that is angular, with sharp edges that can interlock with each other, creating a more solid bond when mixed with cement. Unfortunately, desert sand just doesn't have that angular quality, which is why it can't be used for construction purposes, where strength is crucial. Now, let's move on to why Australia's sand is so highly valued. Australia produces a type of sand that is ideal for construction: silica sand. Silica sand is angular, and its particles fit together tightly, making it perfect for creating strong, durable concrete. This type of sand also has a high silica content, which makes it valuable for industries like glass manufacturing and even electronics. Australian sand meets the specific requirements needed for these industries, which is why it's so in demand around the world. So why doesn't Saudi Arabia just use other types of sand available in the region? Well, even though Saudi Arabia has a lot of sand, not all of it is suitable for large-scale industrial use. For one, desert sand isn't the only type available, but it still doesn't have the qualities needed for making strong concrete. Other types of sand in the country might not have the right texture or purity either. And even if there is sand available in certain regions, it might not be as abundant or easy to extract as the sand from Australia. In addition to that, there's the issue of cost. The economics of mining sand locally can be much higher than importing it from places like Australia. Shipping sand from Australia might sound expensive, but in reality, it's more cost-effective because Australia has well-established mining operations and reliable shipping routes. The price of extracting and processing sand locally in Saudi Arabia can often be higher, especially if the sand isn't the right quality for the intended use. Another factor to consider is environmental sustainability. Sand mining, while essential for many industries, can have significant environmental impacts. It can lead to land degradation, habitat destruction, and even affect water resources. Saudi Arabia is mindful of these consequences and, therefore, might limit domestic sand mining to protect its environment by importing sand from Australia, which has stricter environmental regulations and more sustainable practices. Saudi Arabia can ensure that its domestic environment remains protected. Now, let's talk about a global issue: the sand shortage. Yes, sand is in short supply worldwide. It might sound surprising, but sand is the second most consumed natural resource on Earth, right after water. With the rapid pace of urbanization and construction, the demand for sand is skyrocketing, and many countries are running out of the high-quality sand required for construction. This shortage has led to price hikes and tighter regulations on sand extraction in many places. Because of this global demand and shortage, Saudi Arabia needs to secure a reliable source of high-quality sand for its construction and industrial projects. And this is where Australia comes in again. By importing sand from Australia, Saudi Arabia ensures that it has access to the best materials available for its growing needs. So, to sum it all up, Saudi Arabia imports sand from Australia because it needs a specific type of sand: angular, high-quality sand that is perfect for construction, concrete, and other industries. Despite the abundance of sand in Saudi Arabia's deserts, it simply doesn't meet the necessary requirements for large-scale industrial use. Australian sand, on the other hand, provides the right materials at a cost-effective price, while also ensuring that environmental sustainability is maintained. Now, next time you hear about Saudi Arabia importing sand from Australia, you'll know why. It's all about getting the right material for the job, even if that means looking beyond local resources. Thanks for tuning in to this video. If you found it interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. See you next time.